This video is brought to you by SoccerPro.com. Be sure to visit SoccerPro.com for all the latest soccer gear at everyday low prices with no membership fees. Don't forget to use coupon code SR4U at checkout for $10 off a $75 purchase, plus free shipping within the US. Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you an unboxing video of a pair of Nike CTR360 Maestri 3s in the Soft Ground Pro sole plate. I've been doing a little bit of the soft ground sole plates. I've done the Tiempo Legend Soft Ground Pro as well as the LZ Soft Ground Pro. So if you do want to check those out, there'll be annotation in the top left corner. Because it's soft ground, you get some extras. You get the obviously the stud key, and then you get an extra set of studs with the Nike kits, which is really nice. You get the slightly longer ones. So this is the 15 and 13 millimeter studs, where the ones that come on the shoe are 13 in the heel and 11 in the front. So a little bit shorter, so they give you the longer ones as well. And of course this is a Nike top end product, so you get the string bag as well. It says CTR360 and then the Nike swoosh in black. Yellow bag just like the rest of the shoes. And I'm going to let you know right now, these aren't exactly brand new in the box. I have actually worn these. This is the pair that was given to me for testing at the Nike headquarters at the release for the CTR360. But I cleaned them up and they look pretty well new. But anyways, this is it. Just letting you know that they're not brand new in the box. I have worn these. There's about 2.5-3 hours on them, but pretty much nothing's really different as far as the upper goes on this particular shoe. Basically what you're getting is the new Soft Ground Pro sole plate and stud pattern that is on all of Nike's new soft ground stud patterns. You get it on the Legend, and I believe you get the same stud pattern on the Laser as well, where the Soft Ground Pro stud pattern on the Mercurial is a little bit different. But as far as this particular stud pattern goes, I'll talk a little bit about the sole plate stud pattern first. It's identical, like I said, to the Legend. If you want to check that out, there'll be annotation in the top left corner. But it's a little bit thicker plastic, a little bit different plastic as well, mainly to support the extra longer studs that you get with these metal studs. They're a little bit longer, so that extra kind of sturdiness in the sole plate is necessary to distribute some of the stud pressure a little bit better. And given that you're playing on soft ground, you're not going to have any issues with stud pressure. Just to get this out of the way, this is not for use on firm ground. This is not for use on turf. Even if you interchange the studs, it's designed for soft ground. So if you're not going to be playing on soft ground, don't even bother with this particular sole plate. You're going to hurt your feet. You're going to wreck your shoes. It's just not made for that particular surface. You're not going to get better grip. I know a lot of places have kind of shown these to be used on turf. I strongly recommend not using them on turf. It's a soft ground stud pattern, which means soft ground, not artificial grass. Any kind of artificial surface is something you should avoid with soft ground and most firm ground stud patterns, simply because they're not designed for that type of surface. But anyways, you get this combination. You get your standard 6 stud metal studs here. So you get the 2 in the heel and of course the 4 in the forefoot. But because this is mixed sole, you have these extra plastic studs in between, which is a little bit unique. A lot of pros were using it, which is why Nike kind of implemented it to the public and kind of released it. But you have these 2 extra heel studs in the back here, which is kind of more standard. Then of course you have the 2 studs here, the extra stud here on the outside, the 1 stud in the middle as a support stud, then of course the 1 push-off stud right at the toe. Really cool how they did it. Again, the sole plate's a little bit thicker than you normally get. It adds a little bit of extra weight as well, simply because it's a little bit thicker and the metal studs do weigh a little bit more. Keep in mind the metal studs are screw-in, so they can be removable. And again, they include the extra studs if you're going to be playing on even softer ground. But as far as the new CTR360 Maestri 3 is concerned, it's a really, really solid shoe. If you want to check out the unboxing video for the standard version, the firm ground version is what I'm talking about, there'll be an annotation in the top left corner as well, so go ahead and check that out if that does interest you. But basically the brand new CTR360 Maestri 3 is a full redesign to the CTR line. The 1 and 2 are very similar, where the 3 kind of changes everything. You can see that they ditched the memory foam pods on the outside, which were really kind of one of the main representative points on the CTR360. It's the first thing that you would notice. Those are gone here. There's no more memory foam in the upper, and the upper itself is still Kangolite, but it's kind of Kangolite 2.0. It's a lot softer and it's a lot more like leather. The original CTRs had kind of this more thinner feel to it, where this particular version has a much softer, more plushy feel. Again, more closely to kangaroo leather, which I really, really do like. It has that little natural cushion, which is really hard to replicate in a synthetic, and I think it is the only real synthetic on the market that does a good job of replicating the actual feel of leather, while still having the benefits of synthetic, being a little bit lighter, as well as easier to dry, and it doesn't stretch as much.
But another main thing on this particular shoe as far as touch goes, because these are technically marketed as control boots, is the all conditions control. You can see the ACC here. It actually says all condition control, and what that is essentially a coating on the actual upper of the shoe. You can't feel it on your hand. You can't even see anything, but when you do come in contact with the ball, you notice that there's a somewhat of a gritty feel on the ball. At least I noticed it right away, and it took a little bit to get used to. It kind of threw me off a little bit. And basically the concept is to provide the same amount of grip in dry as well as wet conditions. Any condition that you're going to be playing in, it's going to provide the same kind of touch and the same amount of control. And I can tell you that it does definitely work to an extent. Obviously it's not a perfect technology. Obviously it's not going to work identically or feel the same in a wet condition as in comparison to a dry condition. But we did test them out in the dry and the wet, and I can tell you that it does work a little bit, work pretty well. It's a good technology, and it's something that's definitely unique, and it's not going to hurt you that it is there. And I like that it's kind of an invisible element on the shoe. It's not something that you're going to notice until you actually try the shoe. But overall, I really do like it. It's something that I'm really curious about testing it a little bit further and trying to get a more experienced conclusion. You're also going to notice that the pass pad is completely kind of reinvented here. They've gone away from that small little triangle element, and they've gone with this very large, covers the entire instep of the shoe. And what this is basically trying to create that flat surface for a ball. So you notice that you have these little kind of ridges on the outside that progressively get smaller and smaller towards the inside, and then of course they bulge out again. So you kind of have that curved surface for the ball, trying to create that little bit of extra, kind of like to create that perfect spot for the ball. And the rubber itself is fairly abrasive, which is a good thing, because I think it's more noticeable this time around than the past pads on the other CTRs. A little bit different. Again, takes a little bit of getting used to, but I like that it's actually noticeable instead of just blending into the shoe. And it's not going to make you pass the ball any better, but it is something that's there. And if you do like that little bit of extra grip when passing the ball, which I find I tend to like, at least, it's really good. But as far as the fit of the shoe goes, it fits pretty well the same. And of course you have the Suede heel liner as well. But that's pretty much it, guys. If you want to check out the firm ground version or any of their soft ground sole plates that I have been unboxing and reviewing, there'll be annotation in the top left corner. If you are interested in purchasing a pair of Soft Ground Pro CTRs, there'll be a link in the description right to the review page on my website, where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive coupon codes for SR4U members, viewers, to get exclusive discounts on this particular shoe. They do cost a little bit more than the firm ground version. And it's always nice to have a soft ground version, especially if you're done growing and you just need a pair of soft grounds that you're going to be able to use. Maybe not, maybe only a couple times of a season, but it's nice to have, especially just in case you do need them, and they're going to last a couple times, at least a couple of years. If you're only going to be using them on just a little bit, you're not going to be using them all the time. It's nice to have a pair in your bag. Everyone should be carrying a soft ground pair if you're going to be playing on natural grass anyways, because you can't always predict the surface. But again, the buy it now links as well as the high quality pictures of these shoes will be available on the review page, so go ahead and check that out if that does interest you. In the meantime, guys, go ahead and check out the Facebook page. There'll be a link in the description of that as well. Basically what happens there is any questions you have now related to the video, any new content that goes up on the website, such as reviews or any new products, always get posted on Facebook before they go up on YouTube. So if you do want to see what's coming up on YouTube before it does actually go up, Facebook's the place to see that. So again, that link will be in the description. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.